Hi, I'm Madonna Guy. I'm the owner of New Leaf Natural Therapies, and I've been a naturopath and kinesiologist and energy healer for about 30 years. And I thought I'd quickly tell you how my whole bioresonance story started. So, when I started doing kinesiology about 25 years ago, that was my first experience with anything that could shift energy in the body. And I was really skeptical. So when I was doing my muscle testing, I was like a freight train. So once again, if anyone wants to learn kinesiology with me, I've got different courses on next year. So much fun. But I started doing kinesiology. And then in 2007, I think, yes, I went over to San Francisco and I learned microcurrent training. So basically the microcurrent also has all these frequencies. So you can pop the machine on and basically get healing happening through the body. So what was really interesting about that was that as a kinesiologist, I was over there and I didn't believe what they were saying. So I would actually say, okay, so you say this is going to help stress. So as a kinesiologist, I would get them on the table and I would say, and I would just check. So in relation to, say, the usual stuff you see me doing. So adrenal, survival, deep survival, hidden deep survival, checks and pathways of the brain. And the more screwed up they were, the better, because then we'd go and do 20 minutes on the microcurrent. I'd come back and I would recheck them because I hadn't fixed them, and a lot of it would be balanced. And I went, oh my Lord, this is the closest thing to kinesiology in a box. And then the second thing that I got involved with about 8 or 9 years ago was oligoscan. So oligoscan does a really specific frequency check for heavy metals, minerals, and then there's a whole bunch of proteins and toxicity it's looking for in the body as well, which gives a systemic overview, how different systems of your body are going. So how your cardiac system, how your blood sugar regulation system, how your digestive system, how your cellular health is. So it gives, this 3-page report. And, my part of my brain went, man, wouldn't it be good if you could have both? So bring in 2 years ago, and that's when I found the bioresonance from Solex. So I'll just run a little bit of a scan in the background while I'm chatting, just so you get to see the technology a little bit. Okay, so this is me. As you know, if you've found me before, then you know I'm an open book. So I'm going to run my comprehensive. So what this one does, you can actually set it up. You can choose any area. So you might be looking at someone's arteries to see how they're going, or someone's chromosomes to see how they're going, or their connective tissue. So you can actually choose really specific areas. Now, yesterday I had someone in the clinic and she was specifically after thyroid. So I chose anything to do with the thyroid, and it wasn't thyroid that was showing up. That's what was really interesting to me. So you can choose the whole comprehensive one as well. And every time, this one's scanning now, so you can sort of see down the bottom what it's going through. So it's going through the arteries of the head, it's going through the arteries of the left leg. Part of the technology is because your voice has got 7,000 frequencies in it. So when you have your frequencies in the device of your voice, that's like the fingerprint, which means that I can run distance scans for anyone around the world. Now, at the moment, one of the things I'm doing is group healings, and I start another parasite cleanse tomorrow. So that's 14 days per month over 3 months. It's $175, but it's a minimum of 2 hours of frequencies per day going in from your cell to your soul. So it's really exciting, but we'll be targeting all sorts of bugs in the intestines to try to really, clear some of this stuff out, because as we know, parasites are one of those things that build up in our body over a lifetime. When we've got parasites, we can feel bloated and icky and hormonal, and we can get constipated and diarrhea. We can get so many things going on when we've got parasites. So yeah, the parasite cleanse starts tomorrow. But each time we run these scans, it brings us closer and closer into balance. Now, one of my darling clients is in excruciating pain all of the time. She's very, very unwell and no one believes her. But with the scan, you can see so much going on. But every time you're running a scan, you're bringing people back closer into balance, which once again is just so exciting. The guy who developed it, Lauren, he just has this amazing story where he ended up adopting 2 children, one with cerebral palsy, one with Down syndrome, because he wasn't allowed to adopt a normal child. He wasn't allowed to foster a normal child. But hey, anyway, so his cerebral palsy child, Michael, ended up becoming this massive man who got a black belt in in some sort of martial arts. Just amazing what he was able to do with frequencies to help his children. So as you can see, it goes through many, many systems of the body. So this one is basically an all over scan. And when you get the report, I'll just show you the report. So it obviously hasn't finished. This one isn't going to be a current one. It says it's, yeah, so this one's actually from yesterday because I didn't let it finish. But I'll just show you a little bit, because when you have a look, it's sort of pretty much you don't worry about anything unless it's red. And pretty much this one here is the right submandibular salivary gland. Now that one has shown up a few times in the last few days to me. So something's going on, back here, potentially, the beginning of a cold or a flu or something, but really the rest of it looks pretty good. I ran a scan for someone last night, eerily accurate, because she told me her symptoms and she was going through and saying, oh my gosh, I've had this lately. Oh my gosh, that's never happened before, but now it's happening a lot. So it can be very interesting. But see down here, my right maxillary sinus duct, as well as the right bronchus, so upper lungs. So it just gives you some really neat information. Pretty much where there's no red, I don't worry about. Cerebral cortex function, human cell, the pelvis and the sacrum, nothing red in there. The skull bones, nothing red in there. But look at this one. Here's my spine. And I do see my chiropractor regularly. And I do have really shocking posture when I'm doing a lot of paperwork. And I've been getting my tax done. Well, I say I've been getting my tax done, but I've been doing it for 2 years. It's getting there. So, but there's a lot going on within the lumbar spine and the cervical spine. And once again, each time you are running these frequencies, you're bringing your cells back into balance. But that's not even really what I wanted to tell you about today. What I wanted to share with you was the ability. Yeah, I should mention you can actually run scans on little doggies as well. So with the scans, because I wasn't able to work out how to do this until recently, it's one of those things, I haven't done all the homework in the background, but you can actually choose a little animal and then you can do a custom playlist for him. So it's got him and one of the big things about Archie is that he has itchy skin. So I created this playlist for Archie. So you can create as many playlists as you want, because there's just thousands of things in the database that you can choose from. So this now will remote go to Archie as I'm playing it. So you can run a 20-second imprint. So if you've got something like a wearable, so just say he had a little necklace around his neck and you bring it in, you pop it on the device, you put that in there being connected with Archie, then you can actually send frequencies to a article of clothing or a wearable and then just remote send to that. One of the ladies I met last week down the Gold Coast, she has wearables for all of her grandchildren, and every 3 days she runs frequencies to boost their immune system and to just increase their brain function and their happiness and their health, which I just find amazing. So yes, you can do dogs, you can do dog scans, you can do horse scans, and I think, so you can do dogs, cats, and horses. And then you can do other and put in the species and do the best you can, but it just needs a few things, because obviously we don't talk for the animals, but we get as much detail in there as we can. And there are so many vets using this because it's so much cheaper, because once again, the frequencies themselves, so this part on the computer is only $149 a month. So you can buy the device, you can buy the device as well, which is $9.95 US, but and I love the device. I love the portability and everything. I can't take my computer everywhere, but the fact that you can do dogs, cats, and horses is really fantastic as well. But once again, the thing that I really wanted to share that I'm so excited about, actually, I might finish off there and we'll start a number 2. So we'll start a number 2. Take care. Be back in a sec.